Today in our lesson about transformations, we'll be using the graph f of x equals x cubed plus 2x squared plus 3. In the next part of the lesson, you'll see f of x equals x cubed plus 2x squared plus 3 at the very top. I forgot to put the square in. I just wanted to make sure no one was confused. And what we're going to look at is we're going to take 1 point in this. We'll look at different points once we go to the Desmos, and we'll jump back and forth. But we're going to take 1 point. Let's say we plug a 5 in. Okay. What we're going to get is, I'll do this in purple, is we'll have f of 5 equals 5 cubed plus 2 times 5 squared plus 3. Okay. And so we'll have 125 plus 50 plus 3, which will be 178, would be f of x, or f of 5 in this case. Okay. So the different ones we're going to look at is we'll look at f of x plus 4 on the inside. We'll also look at f of x minus 4 on the inside. We'll look at f of x plus 4. We'll have f of x minus 4 on the outside. And then we'll look at 2 more after we get done with these 4. But all this is saying is we are changing our numbers. So we look at f of 5 plus 4. We would have f of 5 plus 4, which would give me 5 plus 4 cubed plus 2 of 5 plus 4 squared plus 3. Okay. Now, if we didn't want this, if we said, well, we want it to still equal 5, what we would do is change the 5 to a 1, because 1 plus 4 is 5. And so this would equal f of 5. Okay. If we had f of x minus 4, we would do the same thing, but in this case we would have 9 minus 4, which would equal f of 5. Okay, and we'll come back and look at that in just a minute. We'll look at f of 5 plus 4. Okay, and all we're doing that, we're moving it up by 4. So we would have, instead of 178, it would equal 182. And we can write it out like this. 5 plus 4 equals 5 cubed plus 2 5 squared, 2 times 5 squared, plus 3 plus 4, or that would be plus 7. Okay. And so that's how that would work. And again, we'll go back and look at all of these on Desmos. And for the last one, we would subtract. So again, instead of plus 3, it would be minus 1. And we would have 174. Okay. Guys, as we look at this, we have an irrational number here, which we won't worry about too much, but we have a very nice 0, so we'll kind of pay attention to that, and our 4 and 5s. Okay. We can also look at our relative max here. As I graph this, we are adding 4, but notice it moves to the left, and you can kind of think of it as, well, we're getting to our position 4 moves earlier. So 4, if we do 0 minus 4, we get negative 4 right here. And for whatever reason, it's not coming up, but you see it right there. As I get close to it, we look at our x value down here, same thing, we losing 4. And we look at 0 and 1. Well, 4 minus 0 is 99, but it's the same value. And 5 minus 4 is 1, and we have the same value. Now, if we subtract 4, we actually gain 4 here. Okay? And again, if I could find it just right, we're gaining 4 here. If I come over to our 4, it will be close to 3. There we go. And so you can kind of think it's taking us 4 more to get there. So it will be on the positive side. And so that's three of the translation, what we call left and right of x again, which as a reminder is x cubed plus 2x squared plus 3. And we're going to multiply it by 4. So we're going to take f of x and multiply it by 4. And so you can write it like this: 4 times x cubed plus 2x squared plus 3. And what this is going to do is just every y value is going to be multiplied by 4. So we would say what? 4f of x will also equal 4x cubed plus 8x squared plus 12. And so we go back and find our f of 5. So we have 4f of 5, and recall that's 178. Well, we would have 4 times 178, or that would equal, so 4 times f of 5 would equal 2 carry the 3, 28, 130, 712. So going back to Desmos, again we have our original graph that we started with, and we're just looking at our vertical stretch right now. If you want to shrink it, you would just divide it, which we'll go over at a later time. But if I look at this, and looking at R5, just like we predicted, 178 times 4 is 712, and then 99 times 4 is 396. So we have the 4 on the outside. This would be after we factor it, as some of y'all remember. And so if we wanted to write out expanded, we would multiply everything out by 4, which we just saw, and that would give us the purple one. These two should always be the same. If you get a different graph, then you know you've done something wrong.